Hi guys, this is Tapia from T.Tech, and today we're going to be checking out the renewed Samsung Galaxy S10 from Amazon. This is the unboxing and short review of the Samsung Galaxy S10. Let's get into it. So this is the box that we got from Amazon, and let's get to open up the box, check out the phone, but just keep in mind that the phone is renewed, so it's not a brand new phone, although it does say new on the box. So I'm not sure if it's a new device or it's a renewed phone, renewed to new condition. Let's get to check out and see what condition the phone is in. Okay, let's see if we can cut up through all the stickers and all the labels here. Okay. Alright, so we've got a bit of labeling or paperwork here straight from Amazon with the price of the item, and yeah, let's get to check out the phone. There's actually a smaller box here, and like I said, it is a renewed phone, but says new down there, so probably this was a new phone or a demo phone. I'm not sure, but let's get to check out what the phone, what condition the phone is in. Okay, so first up, we've got the charger and the SIM renewal pin right there. Let's just see what type of a charger we've got here. Okay, so this is definitely American style, although the phone was shipped to South Africa. Adaptive fast charging, so I think this charger is capable of fast charging as well. We've got the SIM removal pin there, and this is just a generic charger, not a Samsung charger. And let's get to actually check out the phone. Okay, so the phone, let's just put this to the side. Phone is in the bubble wrap. Oops, there we go. Okay, so there is the phone, the Samsung Galaxy S10. From first impressions, the phone is in a very good condition. No scratches, nothing on the phone. Let's just put there, see what else is in this bubble wrap. Hi there. Oh, this is just paperwork from Amazon. Okay, yeah, just a bit of paperwork from Amazon, and that's it. I think we can get straight power on the phone and see what's in the phone. Okay, Samsung Galaxy S10. But I must say, guys, this phone is in a very good condition, and it does look like new. But I've already been using the phone for a couple of weeks now, so I already installed the screen protector there, just to protect the screen, but the phone itself is in good condition. And there we go, guys, the phone is up and running, and just gonna put my pin there. Okay, starting Android. And as I've said already, I've already been using the phone, so it's already set up, and it's good to go. Alright, so let's start up by talking about the specs of this phone. So the phone has a 6.1-inch Quad HD curved display, and this is dynamic AMOLED, 1440 by 340 pixels, 550 ppi. So this means you're gonna get crisp images, very good picture quality on there, and it's a very good display. From my experience, a very good display. Nothing to complain about there. Great for watching videos, checking out your Instagram, checking out any major consumption. Basically, this phone will will do. So let's talk about the camera setup on this phone. You've got a triple camera setup here on this on the Galaxy Samsung S10. You've got a 12 megapixel telephoto camera, 12 megapixel wide angle main shooter, and you've got a 16 megapixel ultra wide here. Also got just the LED flash right there. In the front here, you've got a 10 megapixel selfie camera, and from my experience with this phone, you get a really good shots from this phone. So this is just a sample from, as you can see right here on the screen, just what you can see is a good quick picture, good detail in the shot. You've got different zoom levels. I mean, you've got that 0.5 zoom, that 2x zoom that gets you close up to your subject if you want. You've got video options here. You can record video up to 60 frames per second, Ultra HD. You've got full HD capabilities there, all the way down to HD. You've got Smart HDR on this camera, ready to go, and just a whole bunch of options baked into this camera. I think maybe we'll do a video for a proper camera test here, because you've got the pro video option. You've got a lot baked into this camera. The camera also is capable of capturing night mode. You've got the night mode right there built into the camera. You've got portrait mode. Everything in this camera, so many options, slow-mo, portrait. You can play around with all the options in the camera. So this is a very good camera, very capable still today for anything else that you want to do. So let's move on and talk about the build of this phone. So you've got glass front and back with an aluminium frame there. You've got the power button, which some people have complained about as being too high. So when this phone was released back in 2019, obviously most of the reviews that came out and the reviews that I saw on YouTube, basically a lot of reviewers complained about having the power button way up. But if you ask me, it's not much of a problem, because with the way Samsung has with some of the features Samsung has built into the phone, you barely need to press the power button unless maybe you're shutting down the phone or switching on the phone. I mean, you've got tap to wake or tap to sleep, so you basically don't need to use the power button that often. But I do understand that it is a bit difficult to reach there. On the other side of the phone, you've got your volume buttons. You've got the Bixby button right there, which I barely use, but also can be remapped to anything, to any other function, double tap or single tap. On the bottom here, you've got, on the left, you've got the headphone jack, which is quite good. I still use the headphone jack when I use my wired earphones. You've got a USB Type-C charger there. You've got the microphone, and you've got the bottom firing speaker. Right at the top, you've got the phone's earpiece, which doubles up as a speaker. So you've got stereo speakers on this phone as well. Also audio. While we're still talking about the audio, you've got speakers. These speakers were tuned by AKG, and they've got Dolby Atmos, so you definitely get good audio firing up from those speakers. Right at the top here, we've got another microphone right there, and we've got the SIM tray here, which also can house which houses also the micro SD card, just not your SIM. Let's put that to the side. So you get your SIM tray, which houses the SIM card and the micro SD card right there. So you can see that this phone, for today's standards, actually still has a very good feature set when it comes to that. I mean, you still get micro SD. Most of the phones being released now don't come with micro SDs, and I think this is a very good feature to keep around, although now we don't see it in many other phones. So that's the body of the phone, guys. Gorilla Glass 6 on the front, although I would still recommend putting a screen protector on there just to protect your screen in case of a drop. Obviously I do use the phone with a case, but you can also see, being glass, it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet. You're gonna be cleaning that up a lot through the course of the day or during your time with the phone. We've also got, let's talk about the battery here, guys. So we also have a 3,400 milliamp hour battery. Gets me through the day. Most of the time I get close, sometimes more, 4 hour screen on time, 5 hour screen on time, basically depending on how much you use the phone. So this phone also has wireless charging. I don't have a wireless charger yet, but the phone also has wireless charging. It also has wireless power share. So that's one of the features that really made the headlines when this phone came out. So you've got this option here, wireless power sharing. So when you tap that, the phone is now ready to share power. So you just put the other phone, put your phone down, and as you can see, you've got a little light flashing there. So we place the other phone on top and it can wirelessly power up that phone. Or, I mean, you can charge up your accessories. Maybe you've got a smartwatch, maybe you've got some earbuds you need to charge. This phone can do that on the go. You know, just a quick power up, just a quick boost to get your accessory to maybe get to the end of the day. This phone is capable of that. And I think you've already noticed that this phone has an in-display fingerprint scanner right there. Also, a bit lower than what you see today, but this was the first generation in-display fingerprint scanner by Samsung. So, I mean, we could forgive them for having it a bit lower, but I found that I've adapted quite nicely to having it in that position, and my fingerprint just falls naturally on that. But this fingerprint scanner sometimes is hit or miss. I'm not sure if that's also affected by the screen protector, but sometimes it's hit or miss. But I've pretty much gotten used to it. It works most of the time. 1 in 3 times it gets me in there. So I don't have much to complain about the fingerprint scanner there. So this phone, something I was actually quite happy with, if we get into just the software experience. So as you can see, it's actually telling me that it's got there's a software update available for this phone. Now this phone, let's just get into the software. It came with Android 11. So the phone is running Android 11. I'm guessing the last person who used it, or the last time it was updated, was from Android 10 to 11. And I was quite happy because I get to do the Android 12 update on my own. Like I said, guys, this phone is running Android 11 at the moment with One UI 3.1 right there. So I won't lie to you guys. Getting into One UI from the get-go, powering up this phone, it was a little overwhelming, just because let me say the settings, actually, not the whole experience, but just the settings, very overwhelming compared to what I was using. I was using a pure Android phone, a Nokia phone, not too much going on in the settings, very simple. Whereas One UI is very granular when it comes to its settings. You've got almost different categories for everything in the settings there. You've got your display settings, wallpapers, themes, you've got your home screen settings and your lock screen settings. And I mean, that is quite granular, but I've warmed up to the experience quite well. Very good experience. You've got your security settings in there, privacy, location, you know, your account settings, everything. So a few advanced features, your digital well-being in there as well, app settings, battery and device care, which we will talk about more later in the video. But this is generally what you can expect. This is One UI 3.1. You've got very bright icons, very big icons that are very hard to miss. You cannot, you know, miss an icon. You hit an icon there, straight in. I think One UI is a very good experience there. You've got the home screen settings there. You can change your wallpapers, your themes, add a bit of widgets. You know, there's some additional settings there. You get a bunch of widgets for almost every app that you've got on the phone. You can just, from there, hit that smart things. You've got your weather widgets. I mean, every other app in there. Just hold, drag and drop, and there you go. Pick your location, and boom, you've got your widget on your screen. So this is a very good experience, guys. One UI is a very good software. This is running on top of the Android 3.1. So this is Samsung's own take on Android, Samsung's own version of Android, how they imagine Android on this phone. There is one setting that I did disable, which is Samsung Free. I do prefer Google Discover Feed, but if you enjoy Samsung Free, it's there. You can read a few articles, watch a few videos, listen to some podcasts, or if you know, that's just Samsung Free. I prefer to use Google Discover Feed, which is not available on One UI 3.1. So we'll get to check out a little bit more of that after we do the update. We will have a video of One UI 4 later on after we do the update. But this is One UI 3.1. I think if I'm not mistaken here, you've got the option. So you can lay out your home screen whichever way you want. You know, you've got the home screen grid. You can pick out 4x5, 4x6, 5x5. You've got all the options in there, whichever way you prefer your grid to be. You've got your app screen grid, whichever way as well. You've got similar options, 4x5 up to 5x6, whichever way you want to set up. But I find that if you go 4x5, then that means your icons are going to be a bit bigger. But if that's what you prefer, that's what you get. 5x5. I prefer 5x6 just to fit a little bit more apps in one screen. Yeah, you've got a whole bunch of other settings in there that you've got your icon badges if you want. That's One UI 3.1, guys. There's just a lot going on with the software. Maybe we'll do a separate video for One UI 3.1. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if you know, we'll do a video of that. Let's check out the battery and device care section. This is one section that I was really excited for when it came to doing this video. So you pop into the battery and device care. You can see right there, Samsung's got a little smiley face and a message there for you. So in this section, guys, you can check out what's going on with your phone, your battery level, your storage levels, and your memory levels there. This section basically tells you what condition your hardware and software is running at. You can optimize the phone. Now there's a feature that I'm quite excited about in Android 12, One UI 4.1, which Samsung adds in. We'll talk about that in a different video. But this is another feature you can expect to get in a Samsung phone in this Galaxy S10. Like, remember guys, this phone came out in 2019, and to have some of these features, these are flagship features that you get. You've got a care report that tells you if there's an issue with an app right there, your last restart, everything is in there. One UI will do it for you. It's got an automation, it does an auto restart, everything. Auto optimize, this phone does it. It optimizes daily if you want. You can change that to anything else that you want, toggle that on and off. This phone does it all, guys. This phone is quite good and quite capable for 2022, maybe 2023. I'm still gonna be using this phone maybe for a couple more months, maybe a year tops, and move on to something better. But this, guys, is a good phone. Your storage options on this phone come at 128 gigabytes or 512 gigabytes. That may be paired with 8 gigabytes of RAM or 6 gigabytes of RAM. Depending also on your region, you might get different models. You might not get other variations of this phone, but that's what you get. 128 or 512 gigabytes of storage paired up with 6 or 8 gigabytes of memory. This is the Galaxy S10 in 2022. So guys, this is the Galaxy S10 in 2022, late 2022. This is what you can expect to get from this phone. A good sturdy device, great display, great sound and speakers, great performance, great software experience. If you are looking to buy a phone on a budget in 2022, I would definitely recommend the Samsung Galaxy S10. This is just one of the phones you can buy from Amazon. I bought it from Amazon, but here in South Africa, there are many other options where you can buy it. I'll definitely put some links down below where you can check out some renewed phones. And I'll also put links to Amazon where you can get the S10 and many other phones on a budget. This is still a flagship experience. This is still a flagship device in 2022 with great performance, great experience in 2022 on a budget. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and look out for more videos. Cheers.